This week's episode is one that I've planned for a while. It's about dance and riding. Since I learned West Coast swing, I have been drawing parallels between the dance and riding. My feelings were only confirmed as I learned more and more about the dance. Last week, I went to take a dance lesson with my friend and dance instructor, Kurt Senser. Where to start? West Coast swing is a partner dance with roots in Lindy Hop. It is characterized by a distinctive elastic look that results from its basic extension and compression technique of partner connection, and it's danced primarily in a slotted area of the dance floor. There are 6 and 8 count patterns, but they can also be extended and compressed. One, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. The similarities between riding and dancing are astounding if you break them down. First, in riding, who's leading and who's following? As in West Coast swing, it's both. The rider is leading the dance steps, telling the horse where to put his feet. A good dance leader, or rider, masters the art of knowing where to ask for a step based on where the follow or the horse has their weight. You don't want to ask for a flying lead change after the horse has already put their hind leg on the ground. They can't make the change then. Both partners have input into the dance. The rider or leader may set up the basic steps, but the follow and the horse should have input as well. Now for connection. In dance, as in riding, connection is achieved through 2 means: body and hand. In both disciplines, the hand is not where the lead comes from. The lead should come from the body. In West Coast swing, the lead moves his center of gravity away from the follow to ask her forward. He does not pull her forward with his arm. Do you see the difference? So, we should be leading with our bodies, but the hand is also a point of connection. As Kurt spoke to me during our lesson, I told him he might as well be giving me a riding lesson because he was saying the same things my dressage instructor says to me. The hands are an important point of connection. This connection should be fluid and dynamic, without leaning or disappearing. It's a delicate balance between tension and relaxation. I observed a Mark Rashid clinic a few years ago, and he made several points about resistance. Resistance only gets resistance. We want the horse to accept our lead and follow it without bracing against it. This means we have to ask without pulling or bracing. Easier said than done. All of this dance instruction got me thinking about how we train horses. A lot of the time, I see people disciplining their horse for getting it wrong while they are learning. I thought, wow, I'd hate to dance with a guy who always got mad when I made a mistake. I don't want to be that kind of leader. It's making me reevaluate how I think about horse training. Okay, moving on. The hands should be relaxed, yet follow the horse and be dynamic. In a conversation with another West Coast swing instructor, Yenny Setyawan, I explained the concept of allowing the horse to stretch down. The horse should follow the bit down and stretch as the reins are fed through the hands. Yenny said that's just like finding the end of the slot. She's referring to the follow moving away from the leader to the end of the slot, where you have no more arm. In West Coast swing, the follow goes in one direction until the lead changes her direction. So, if he sends her back towards the end of the slot, she goes that way until the lead alters her direction. The horse should follow the bit down in order to stretch. It's all about finding that connection. One of the most important things in dance and riding is balance. Even though you are partners in the dance, you each have to maintain your own balance so that you don't lean on the other. In riding, It's so easy to forget how our balance affects the horse. Even our being up there changes the way in which they move. Each dancer, horse included, has to learn to balance by themselves. Many young horses don't achieve full self-carriage before they are ridden. This leads to them learning to lean on the rider for support. Barring an injury or weakness, the horse should not need to lean on the rider. And by the way, they can lean on you, even from the ground. I have chosen to use Manolo Mendez's technique with the bamboo pole to help teach proper balance for the horse. During my dance lesson, I got a kick out of how Kurt would occasionally touch my leg or hip to adjust how I was balanced. I am not about to give him a bamboo pole to use, but the concept is the same. Another interesting parallel that Michelle Kaplan brought up to me was about tempo. In dance, the tempo is set by the music. Dancers move within the tempo and rhythm of the song. In riding, the tempo is set by the horse. They have the length of stride that they have. It can only be adjusted slightly. You're not going to make a Shetland move like a Holsteiner. So the riding must be done within the horse's tempo. Incorporate the rhythm of breathing and heart rate, and the crossing of rhythms between horse and rider becomes wildly complex. But when they are synchronized, you can feel it. As I mentioned earlier, each dancer or horse needs to have their own balance. Kurt was very unkind when he took away my crutch and danced with me using a flat hand. This meant I had to maintain the connection with a flat surface. I had to only rely on myself to stop my momentum and move forward or back based only on following the pressure change on the back of my hand. Only then did I really get the idea of self-carriage. We really do ask a lot of our horses. Go take a dance lesson and see just what you're asking your horse to do. It's not easy. I'm sure there are many more parallels that can be drawn between riding and dancing. If you think of any, I would love to hear them. Leave me a comment. I am also seriously considering somehow incorporating dance instruction into riding lessons. If you learn some basics of dance, I guarantee you that your riding will improve. Anyone interested? Now for some fun.
There's no denying, no way to hide it. I see the way that you're looking at me. There's a yearning, your green eyes burning with a passion that needs to be free. I've seen you in this bar 2 times before. If you wanna steal a kiss, girl, what you waiting for? You're way too pretty for a one-night rodeo. Down a one-way road's not somewhere I go. There's a first time to say for everything. So far this cowboy ain't never been tame. No promises, no regrets. Let's make this ultra summer night a night we'll never forget. Girl, it's closing time. Only your place on mine. Ain't gonna sleep, don't need no alarm. Might not get that far. Lay underneath the stars, like getting Becky getting down on the farm. So slide on over, girl, so I can love on you. You taste my whiskey, I taste your perfume. You're way too pretty for a one-night rodeo. But down a one-way road's not somewhere I go. There's a first time to say for everything. So far this cowboy ain't never been tame. No promises, no regrets. Let's make this ultra summer night a night we'll never forget. cotton dress looks so good on you tonight. Oh, but it looks so much better sliding off underneath this pale moonlight. You're way too pretty for a one-night rodeo, but down a one-way road's not somewhere I go. There's a first time, they say, for everything. So far this cowboy ain't never been tamed. No promises, no regrets. Let's make this ultra summer night and night we'll never forget.